everyone, it's Sharana from Para Waits, and today I'm going to be chatting with the cast of Shazam, Fury of the Gods. How are all of you doing today?
We're doing great.
How are you?
So good. Doing good. Look, I love that we get to see more of you. I rewatched the first one, and I was getting so excited, like, from the moment that you appeared, like, I just saw it for the first time again. And I wanted to know, like, how is it being able to kind of fulfill your childhood dreams? You get to grow up, but you still get to live with the joy as a child in these characters. So how's that been for this movie?
It's so meta, this movie, because it's literally the childhood fantasy of wanting to become a superhero, and now you got a movie with children becoming superheroes, and us too, is we're like, oh my god, we get to live as a 14-year-old kid in our brain, but then like pretend we have powers, but actually have powers. It's awesome.
Yeah, you read comic books when you're a kid, and what do? You run out in the backyard pretending you're a superhero, and when you're a kid and you watch films like this, you go, oh man, I want to do that. I want to be in a movie like that. And there's something so pure about, like Ross said, doing that in a film where you are playing like a child. You're playing a child as a superhero. It's kind of the purest version of playing with the genre.
Yeah.
I love it. How about you?
I mean, it was like really magical for me because I got to be Human Mary in the first one, and then the second one I get to be in the suit. So it was definitely a dream come true. And just the whole process of being fitted for the suit and all the detail that goes into it, and them considering my body, and I was like, I am becoming a superhero. Wow. And then getting to see everyone else on set in their suits is also just, I don't know, you're in a dream. It's like, I've got superheroes around me.
Louise.
Not just me, all around me. Yeah, Louise.
Louise, our costume designer, she did such a beautiful job upgrading the suits from the first film to this one, and really kind of
maturing with the kids.
Yeah,
they're kind of mature with the kids.
Exactly. Yeah, it's uniform. You obviously we're a family. We all have the same power, but she does these tiny little details to make each one individual and so specific.
That was fun. That was fun seeing everyone's different little details.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like something that you brought up before because it's something that happens when we become adults. I don't know if we just become jaded by life or these bills that we gotta pay, but I want to know.
It's the bills and the IRS.
Okay.
The
You're
IRS
talking about Mary.
Okay.
That's how she is. She's like, I gotta have a job. And also, Billy, you're getting old, and you're not going to get checks anymore from social services. You need to have a job, too.
It's a lot that we go through. I want to know, for all of you, like, how do you make sure that you're still keeping that inner child at heart? How do you make sure that you're still keeping that purity, just having a great view look on life? Like, how do you stay true to that?
It's, stay mature.
Yeah.
And I mean that literally. I mean, that wonder you have, that childish impulse you have, that where you're like attracted to something, if it's a subject or you want to learn a musical instrument or you want to read comic books, whatever you're curious about, you get that little feeling in your chest. Don't lose that. Like, there's nothing is silly, nothing is superfluous. Like if it means something to you, follow it. And it's hard because of the IRS when you get older, but. I like that.
Have you paid your taxes?
I gotta do my taxes.
We cut this out. Actually, I have bills, but
oh my gosh,
you're broke. No, but the movie itself, like, hopefully, it's annoying when you get preachy, but I hope this movie allows the audiences to access that reminder in themselves. You to remind you what it's like to be a kid, to have that feeling, and to access it again, and playing with that subject matter. The way this film does so fun in a superhero film, I hope that it just kind of works as a little reminder for everybody to what you were saying.
Yeah. A lot of things that GJ is saying about, like, nothing being silly, not about the IRS.
No.
But just dreaming big too. It's just like, I don't know why we equate that with immaturity necessarily.
Correct.
I think it's something that we as a society have kind of placed on ourselves. And also just as, like, literally how do we stay in that mindset? On set, we are children. We play video games when we're in downtime. Yeah,
we're children currently.
I am a child. But I think it's a big part of because we hold on to these things that make us who we are and dreaming big and nothing silly and just kind of, it doesn't need to be negative.
We're going to stay creative. We're going to be curious. We're going to pay our taxes.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to dream big.
Yeah.
See you guys in IRS jail.
Okay. I just want to thank all of you. You look fabulous today. Just thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I really appreciate it. I'm just sending love and light all your way. So I hope you have a great day.
Oh, you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's cut. both of you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Because seeing you guys on screen, it reminded me of the last couple minutes of the first movie. And I got so excited. So I'm just happy to see the family, whether big or small. I'm happy to see everybody. It's a family reunion now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one of the things that I love is you get to portray like the best of both worlds. Like when we're young, it's like, I just want to be big. I want to grow up and be an adult. Yeah. And I want to know what it's like actually being able to play these adult superheroes, but still have that inner childlike quality to them. Yeah. How rewarding is that to be able to bring this to screen?
It's fun. It's easy. It's easier than being serious in the outfits. You think of it as like very empowering to put on the suits. Kind of emasculating, to be honest. I mean, these suits are cool, but I just mean to be a person in a big costume amongst a bunch of other people in regular clothes, and you're less mobile, and you need a bunch of people buttoning you in. It's in the same way that, I mean, of course, it's empowering to a certain degree, and but it's also so silly in the light of day, and so to get to be able to play with that emotion and kind of not that the characters feel they're silly, it's just get to be goofy, get to let out your inner child, not to have to be too self-serious in it is fun and probably easier than if you had to be dead serious in it.
How about you?
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. I mean, I think that it was fun to kind of like observe the kids or the young adults or the preteens or whatever, and see where they are now versus just the last one, which was a few years before, and being able to be in these costumes and to figure out, okay, so we are still those kids, at that age, but we're in these adult bodies and now we're fighting to save the world. So what does this kid act like in that particular scenario? And so it's one of the funnest roles I've ever played because I'm such a kid at heart, and that doesn't work for any other place except for this movie, so it's pretty amazing.
I like with your character, it kind of reminds us, when we become adults, it's kind of hard to ask for help. Mm. You kind of want to be independent, you want to do things on your own, and I like that with your character, we kind of see kind of this conflict of, half of the kids want to work as a team, as a family, your character kind of wants to do your own thing, and I wanted to know for the both of you, how do you make sure that you're taking the time to ask for help? That you feel comfortable enough to be able to do that?
I'm a very kind of go against the grain person, so I never try to act like I know something. Like if someone says a word that I don't know, I'll be like, what does that mean? Just because I want to knock that out of myself, where there's any type of ego about the fact that I don't know something, or if I do need help, then I'll just, for me personally, I'll just ask for it because I think there's a humility in it, and there's a self-awareness. And there's a non-hiding to it. And not to say that you always get it right, but I try to be very thoughtful about going against what my nature tells me I want to do to protect myself. But,
Yeah, in a literal sense. I mean, I also don't have a problem asking for help. I don't feel like I'm too proud there. Harder for me to admit you're wrong or, that takes a little more... that takes a little more humility.
But how do you keep, I feel like we get jaded after a while, and I want to know, how do you keep your innocence, your purity, that child, inner, curiosity of wanting to just experience the good in the world? How do you hold on to that, especially in this industry?
I work at it.
I think this industry is great for that, actually. Ooh. I think we have childlike jobs, and this job, the chief among them. But even so, whatever you're doing or playing, to get to you wrote this, and let's make some creative choices, and let's all be a creative team together and collaborate and play, make believe. It is what kids do, but on a professional scale. I feel like this job, at least as an actor, I don't know about other parts of it, but I would imagine other parts of it too. I think you're actually allowed to tap into your inner child more than most.
Hey, I like that. Okay, we're gonna ask for help and we're gonna embrace our inner child, all right?
Yes.
But I just want to thank the both of you for just taking time out of your day to speak with me. I appreciate you so much, and I'm just sending love in both your ways, and I hope you have a great day.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Doing today?
How you doing?
We are amazing.
I'm doing good. You gave me some good encouragement, so I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're beautiful, so you should feel it. You should feel it anyway.
Thank you. Can I just take you with me everywhere and hype me up?
We hype you up.
look, you know, one of the things that I love about this is, you know what, your character is we're not trying to have no teamwork here. And I was like, what happened?
I know. Well, I think everybody needs to learn that lesson eventually, and especially being a kid growing up and having to learn these lessons by making the mistakes. But also I can understand, like, there's been times in my own life when I've been like, everybody needs to just butt out. I need to, like, figure myself out on my own. I need to be independent. Otherwise, I'm never going to learn, and I'm going to make the mistakes, okay, guys? Just, like, let me have this moment. And then I'll do it, and I'll be like, I need you again. I need you guys.
Come back.
I'm a mess, but... And so is Freddy, so that's why I'm so good at playing Freddy.
We're going to be a mess together,
Yeah.
okay?
Less this mess.
But I mean, how do you make sure that you're finding time to ask for help? How do you make sure that you're fostering an environment that you feel like, you know what, it's okay, I can get a little help this time?
How do we do it? How do you do it?
How do you do it?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off you because I don't really understand the question, and I don't want to
I don't either.
No, you know, sometimes a lot of times when we don't want to ask for help is because sometimes we just don't feel comfortable. Like, sometimes you feel like if I have to ask somebody for help, like, what does it say about me?
I just did that. I literally just did that by asking to clarify your question.
But we did it together. Okay, we brought it back.
It's
full
a
circle.
team. We're
You
a
see
team.
how we did that?
Wow.
That was a real life exercise right
That's what I'm
there.
saying.
I'm like,
That's
feeling
like
a
deep.
glow
You
coming.
passed.
He doesn't
See?
like working together, but he did it.
We just did
He
it.
did it.
it.
Give me some. Good job.
Appreciate you.
So
I
proud
love
of you.
it. Real
Yes.
life example, okay? But I mean, how is it actually? We've expanded the cast. We got our Shazamly going on now with this movie. So how was it actually interacting with the even bigger group for the second one?
Just, it was like the first one times 50 billion. Like, I also, it was so great to revisit this story, not only because I got another job, but because I was able to work with this incredible cast again, and I love all these people with all my heart, and working with my best friend Asher, and being able to make this movie, and also including this incredible empowerment of women cast, Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu and Rachel Zegler. I'm so thrilled about that, and working alongside them was like, oh my god,
Dream come true.
mind numbing,
Mind numbing.
mind melting. It's so cool. I'm starstruck every time I see him. Still to this day.
Yeah.
How about you?
It feels so good just being back. It's just a blessing, I think, and I feel like we really capitalized with our first movie, and it seemed like everyone loved it. I mean, people were talking about it, and it was such a great reaction to it. So I think even having the opportunity to come back and revisit Billy and revisit those layers to him, and getting to work with Jack and the additional characters that we have is so amazing. And I had a blast. Yeah, we had the best time.
See, since we have a self-reflection right now and we're learning, I want to know, what is something that you learned about yourself that you didn't know before after making the second one compared to the first one?
I feel like, for me at least, during this whole process is everything happened super fast and time flies, especially when you're young. We did this when I was 15 and now I'm 20. So I think for me it was, while filming the second one, is just to be in the moment, enjoy everything that's happening, because it can be taken away like that, honestly. You know, I'm going to be way older soon. So I don't know. I think it's just like staying in the moment, being grateful, especially us being very young, and we're very fortunate that we get to do this. So just being thankful for me.
I love that. How about you?
You know, I've thought about this, and I think I think my values have changed in regards to how I approach acting. Rather than just aiming to do the funny thing, I think it's more important to access my own humanity, which I never thought about doing before. I was just okay, do the voice, do the funny, do the body, it's super easy, just talk really fast and everybody will laugh. But now I think what's better is when I'm more thoughtful and I have more intentionality and deliberation, the product is better. The result is more authentic. And I think my capability, I was able to expand my capabilities as not only an actor, but as a human being, understanding myself more, understanding why I'm doing the things I'm doing, why I have habits that I should break, or whatever it is, or to understand, the motivation behind what I'm doing. And it also makes me more funny. If I'm really feeling what my character is feeling, and it's really that honest, then the character's tragedy will be the audience's comedy way more organically. And I think I learned that, yeah.
We're going to be in the moment. We're going to be more thoughtful and
present.
intentional.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, y'all better give me some words of wisdom to live by. I'm here for it.
Okay.
But look, I just want to thank the both of you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I appreciate you both so much. And I'm just sending love and light both your ways. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bless
you so much. And I'm here for these outfits.
I'm here for your bubblegum. I love it.
You got a little jumpsuit. I
They're
love it.
disgusting, I know.
No, they're not.
I did them in the dark in the bath, and I'm a mess.
Okay, well, they look cute from here.
It was
so
a
you're
moment. I had a
fine.
moment.
How are you doing today?
I'm
Dripped
really
out?
well. Like just a little bit of drip. Just
Okay,
a
don't
little bit
hurt
of
them.
drip.
Don't hurt them now. But one of the things that I really love about this film is that, you know what? You just out here trying to tell people we got to work as a team because
Yeah.
teamwork make the dream work.
That's right.
So I want to know, but teamwork, asking for help is something that sometimes people struggle with because I struggle.
Yeah.
So, like, is that something that you struggle with, or what are some words of wisdom that you had to remind yourself about to ask for help?
Oh yeah. Well, listen, I think everybody does. I think at the root of all of that is we all need to work on loving ourselves. And when we don't love ourselves fully, when we don't value ourselves fully, we don't think that we're worthy of living our lives. We don't think that we're worthy of inhabiting the space that we, filling the space that we actually inhabit in this world. And we are worthy of that. We are worthy of the love that we receive simply because we are. And once we can come to conclusions like that, we can recognize I can ask for help because other people do want to help. I am worthy of asking for that help. So that's the stuff that I'm trying to work in on my life, and then that's what I try to, help other people to recognize as well.
Hey, we worthy. I love these
Yeah,
words of wisdom.
you
Okay,
are.
TED Talk. I'm here for it.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, also too, I love that. It's really cool because when we become adults, it almost feels like we lose that inner child that we have, like just seeing the positivity in the world, that curiosity.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about your character is we get to see this adult superhero, but he still has these inner qualities of a child.
Oh yeah.
So I want to know for you, like, how do you make sure that you're holding on to your inner child? How are you letting your positivity still shine through?
Well, I think as an actor, it's easier as an actor in a lot of ways because our job is to constantly use our imagination. It's to and empathy. You're imagining you're someone else, something else, someplace else. And imagination is a huge part of holding on to your inner child. Wonder, that's another thing. I mean, I constantly try to remind myself of just how incredible and massive and vast this entire universe and existence is, and how massive God is and all encompassing. And that puts me into a state of wonder regularly. And then on top of that, I just try to have fun because I think that that's a huge part, enjoying this life that we have. It's very temporal. It's here and gone. And I think that the more we can recognize that and therefore then allow that to free us from feeling too freaked out about it all and instead like, yo, enjoy this ride because it's right now. Be present right now. And all those things help me to kind of hold on to and then tap into my inner child.
I love that. But I love that you're sharing the stage. There's I call them my Shazam family, my big Shazams.
That's right.
But how is it actually being able to have like everyone else on set, like throughout the whole movie? Like how is that actually having an even bigger family?
It's so much fun. I mean, in the first one, I got to spend a lot of great time with the kids, the younger cast, and only toward the end of the movie did we all get the super cast involved. So it was really fun for this one that, now that's been established and now we get a lot of the supers, the Shazamly, as we call them, involved. And we had a blast. I mean, they're really excellent people. And in fact, I just had dinner with all of them last night. They're great folks. They have great hearts. There's not a drama or diva in the bunch. There's not a bad apple in the bunch. It's just a bunch of tasty apples. And I love that.
I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much, and I'm just sending love and light your way. I
Thank
hope you have a
you.
great day.
I send that all right back at
I
you.
receive it, okay?
Yes, receive.
Yes, it's done.
All right.
Look, I'm so excited about this movie because I rewatched the first one before I saw this one. I got so excited because we got to spend time. I call them the big Shazams. That's my little nickname for them. So I wanted you to talk about balancing, us seeing these bigger superhero versions of, the young kids that we knew and loved from the first one. Can you talk about the balance between that in this film?
Yeah, I mean that's what we wanted. We wanted to see more of the adults in this movie because we got a glimpse of their adult versions at the end of the first movie. So that's something we wanted to see more of, see the whole family. But then it is the tricky thing of like, you can't have all your great actors in the movie at once, because they play the same character. So it is tricky of like, oh, well, we want to see, a lot of Jack Dylan Grazer, for example, but we also have Adam Brody. So it's like, it is tricky. That's why we have this sort of thing of like people getting their powers stolen and things like that. So we have an excuse to actually use the kids because, I mean, in real life, they'd be superheroes all the time, of course, but we want to see the kids too because they're so great. They're so great.
I know, right? I was like, okay. I was like, I'm sad that you lost your powers, but I'm just happy to see you on the screen again. I'm just here for it. But I like that we have this thing about teamwork, right? Some people still want to work as a team, but some people feel in themselves and want to work separate. And I wanted to know for you, like, how do you make sure that you feel comfortable asking for help? Because I think that's something that we all struggle with. We want to do things by ourselves, but sometimes we just need our team to help us.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to just be open and like that's something in my life more and more I just try to be open about when you can't handle things yourself or because it's like when you see people who like have to be the best and the coolest all the time, I'm just like it must be so exhausting to keep that up because no one is that perfect, and that's some of what we want to get into this movie.
I think the biggest thing that I still love about this, and I think the reason why people even love reading comics is, you get to watch these people like be superheroes, but they still have that inner like child quality, that purity that, we kind of, I don't know if we necessarily fully lose it, but it's something that I think a lot of adults struggle with. So how do you hold on to your inner child?
I think it's, it can be hard to remember with the difficulties of adulthood and all the responsibilities, but I think maintaining a curiosity about life and everything you encounter and like through work and everything, I think that's the key because I think kids are very curious and want to learn more while adults is like I don't have time for that. But I think you miss out on both experiences and both, growing and learning when you're not curious in life.
But also, too, is that theme of family. Yeah. Like, we really get to see everyone be a full, fleshed-out family and a family of superheroes. So can you talk about, like, the excitement behind actually bringing that dynamic for the second film?
Yeah, I mean, that's... That was the dream. Like I said already in the first one, where it's like, oh yeah, we got a little bit of the family, but we really want to see them like working together, and also like failing at working together because it's not so easy for them, to do this thing. Like they didn't get a manual for like how to be superheroes or anything like that. They have to figure it out on their own, and work together as a team and as a family.
I feel like this one feels even bigger. There's more superheroes going around. There's more things happening, more villains in this film. Yeah. So, like, what was the most challenging thing for you as a director?
The most challenging thing was the size of it, the scope of it, and the size of the cast. That we have all these characters that, I mean, story-wise, they all need to get their moments, and they all have to have their own little story to tell. But for me as a director, just how to plan and shoot everything with so many people, because it's like, where are we going to put everyone? How are they going to move? Where are we going to put the camera? And it gets very challenging because I've been saying that it's kind of like doing like a mini Justice League or Avengers movie or something with all we have all the superheroes, we have the evil villains, and we have like the parents and the monsters, and it's a lot, but it's also like very fun to play with so many toys and have all those resources.
Look, I just want to thank you so much for taking time to speak with me. Thank you for like giving me my best life, having, best of the both worlds, big Shazams, little Shazams.
Yeah.
And I'm just sending so much love and light your way. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks again for watching the interviews. Be sure to check out Shazam, Fury of the Gods, which hits theaters on March 17th.